Most agents aren't overwhelmed because of volume. They're overwhelmed because nothing is structured. If your clients' listings and follow ups are living in your notes app, your text, and your brain, of course, you're going to feel behind. So, today I'm going to show you how you can run your entire real estate workflow inside of Asana and how this replaces the chaos. So this is a full Asana system made specifically for real estate agents. We're going to look at the buyer journey board, the listing management board, and then I'll show you how this connects to the rest of your business through our open house manager board, content planning board, and vendor partnership CRM board. This is what makes everything feel organized and actually manageable. So first we're going to look at our buyer journey board. This is where all of your buyers live. So sections might look like new leads, hot leads, buyer clients, under contract, closed. So you have all of the details here. One card equals one buyer. So for example, here is a buyer client, Jones. We have all of their details. We have a full checklist so that way you can truly go through and have all of the details there. This becomes your actual pipeline that you can instantly see. Who do you need to follow up with? Where clients are at? You can see how many hot leads you have, how many buyer clients under contract, how many closed. If you ever need to reference those, you can also leave comments. You can upload documents. You can do so many things here inside of Asana. It's so helpful to be able to see your full pipeline and who needs what from you based on where they're at in the process. Next, we're going to look at your listing management board. This one is similar to the buyer journey board, but this is your seller side. So these are where all your sellers live. These sections can look like, again, hot leads, new listings, under contract, and closed. And again, each listing has its own card. So that way you have the timeline, notes, marketing, next steps, all here. Again, you can add attachments, you can add notes, you can comment, you can tag your team, and you have your full checklist here to make sure no drop balls are dropped throughout the process. So you're not piecing things together from different places. You truly have a strong workflow and a checklist to follow each time, so that way you're doing the same thing for each client. So whether it's a buyer or a listing, the structure is the same. Inside of these cards, you have your description, and this is your hub. This is where contact information goes, property details, timeline, links, your questions that you have to get all the information from your clients. So this is a really strong hub to have for your buyers and sellers. And then you also have your subtasks. So that is broken down into different lists and checklists down here. So you have like your new seller intake, your pre-list prep, marketing and launch. It can continues on all the way to closing and beyond. So that way you have all of the details there for you to repeat each time. Because there are so many things that go into one transaction. You have the initial call, the pre-approval, set expectations, get all of the information that you need to have a good, smooth transaction. Then you have showings or listing prep, you have follow-ups, you have offer prep, marketing, then you have the inspections and the appraisal and the closing prep. There's so much that goes in, and if you have a true checklist to follow each time, it makes it so easy and so repeatable. So this way you're not guessing what to do next. You already have it mapped out. You can add due dates, you can add comments, you can add details. It's so helpful to keep you on track with each client. And here's the shift. Before, it was thinking, did I follow up with this person? Where is this deal at in the transaction? What's next? And then after having this Asana system, all you have to do is open Asana and instantly see where each deal stands, what needs to happen next, what's already done, what needs to be done. It's so helpful to have those details. And what this replaces, this system replaces that notes app. It replaced the text threads, the sticky notes, trying to remember everything in your brain. So you're not relying on your memory, you're actually relying on a true system that is repeatable. Now I want to look at the full system, because this is where most agents fall short. They only organize one piece of the business, but inside of this system, you also get an open house manager. So that is repeatable event workflow. You have a content planning board, which is marketing stays consistent. And then you have your vendor partnership CRM. So your networking stays organized. So for example, here's the open house manager. This is the list view. Again, you have your template card. All of the details for your open house lives here. You have the description, the details, you have your checklist. Everything you need to do to have a successful open house is there. And then you also have your timeline where you can see what open houses are happening this month, where your completed open houses, and then you can also add any of your open house resources. So is that your sign-in sheet? Do you have a seller's guide? Do you have a buyer's guide? Go ahead and add that there. So anytime you have an open house, it's so easy to jump in there, create a new card, work through your checklist, print off all the details that you have, and you truly have a repeatable workflow, so that way you can have the best chances of a successful open house. Then we have the content planning board. This one is truly game changer, especially with the busyness of real estate. So this is super helpful to have your weekly schedule, what's happening each day of the week, and then having your content workflow. So again, if you're going to repeat something, have a checklist about it. So if you're going to have a weekly email, you can duplicate this task, have all of the details, and then you have a checklist on everything you need to do from A to Z to get that email out each week. It's super helpful. We even have it broken down for each month, so that way you can truly build out your plan, your calendar, and see when is Instagram posts going out, when are you doing reels, when are emails going out, when are you having promotions around those open houses. Some of these boards overlap. If you have a new listing, add that listing to your month, so that way you can promote that. If you have a new open house, you can add that to your content planning board, and that way your listings and your buyers start to blend with your marketing, and it's just a true system. Then we have the vendor partnership CRM board. This is extremely helpful because there are so many inspectors, painters, contractors, appraisers. There's so many out there, and it's really hard to remember everyone and have a really good referral list for your clients, so that way you know the best people in the industry are taking really good care of your clients. So again, we have a template card. If you have a new vendor, we have all the details that you can add here, so that way if you're like, oh yeah, I need to get this inspector, what was the name, what was the email, what was the clients that they worked on with, you can have all the details here. And then we have a checklist too, like you need to research, look at reviews, you need to reach out, introduce yourself, schedule that meeting, make sure they will be a good fit for your clients. And then once you have that, you have lists to see what vendors have you contacted, what are approved vendors, so that way you can have a full list. Oh, I need a photographer, let me go to my approved list and grab the photographer. We have active vendors, so that way if you want to have a list to see who's currently working on my properties right there, right now, you can see, okay, I have this person as my appraiser, this person is my photographer, this person is my inspector right now, so you can truly see who's working where and have that true CRM board. Then we have past vendors. Maybe you have some that you've worked with in the past that were really good. You can add them here. And of course, you want a do not recommend list. Sometimes you just realize they're not the best fit for your clients, and it's good to have that there, so that way you have that as a reference. So with this system here, your business has a true place in a system. Now you have buyer board for your clients. You have a listing board for your properties. You have clear workflows inside each task. Supporting boards for marketings and operation is that true system, so nothing feels scattered anymore. It's all connected. And if you want this entire system already built out for you, including the buyer journey board, listing management board, the open house board, content planning, and the CRM, you can grab the full bundle below. It has all the checklists, all the details, everything built out for you, ready to upload into Asana to start customizing for you. And if you would like us to customize specifically for your business, you can apply to work with the agency, and we help customize these boards specifically for your business, so that way it's the best fit. So it's very simple. Just start setting up your buyer board, add your current listings, and build from there. You don't have to dive all in, build a whole system from scratch, and you don't need more hustle. You just need a system that actually supports how you work. And this is where it takes from chaos to closing. So I hope that helps.